You're watching Talking Points, a focus on the political scene in Lubbock and across the South Plains.
Well, welcome back. Here's a look at some other political headlines. Planned Parenthood has filed an amended lawsuit against the city of Lubbock over its abortion ordinance and asked a federal judge to reconsider its previous dismissal of the suit. Planned Parenthood's attorneys say the dismissal allows the city to defy the decisions of the Supreme Court and, quote, eliminate the core protection of a constitutional right with impunity. They've also removed claims from the ordinance that the ordinance violated state law and say any ruling on this case could now deter private citizens from filing lawsuits. And the federal government's about to send Texas its latest part of that $350 billion COVID relief package, and state leaders have been charged with how to use that money for border security instead. House Speaker Dave Phelan sent interim charges to about a dozen state House committees to have them look into the best ways to use that money.
I say that we need to use all our resources that are available in a prudent manner. So that may mean using some federal funds. It may not mean using some federal funds. We need to determine that, and that's the purpose of these interim charges.
No money for a worthless wall. Focus it on helping address the many needs that families across Texas have now following this pandemic.
Representative Doggett there has sent a letter to the U.S. Treasury Secretary asking her to prohibit the state from using the money for the border wall. All this as former President Trump returned to South Texas, reportedly for a border security briefing and tour, but the event in Weslaco looked more like a campaign rally for Mr. Trump and/or Governor Greg Abbott, who's already received the president's endorsement and would certainly love the support of a lot more of Mr. Trump's voters, many of whom are very supportive of Abbott's decision to have Texas finish the border wall project. And KAMC West Rappaport joins us from Weslaco with more.
Hi there. At a roundtable discussion here at DPS Regional Headquarters here in Weslaco, lawmakers and law enforcement leaders talked with the former president about the record-high border crossings in the state. The welcoming committee at this high-profile Valley visit hopes the tough talk at the border means better protection for Texans.
There are definitely a lot of concerns, especially the people here on the border that are residents and have been for many, many years, have that real concern of keeping our country, not only Texas, but keeping the country safe.
At a campaign-style rally near a port of entry highlighting a section of border wall under construction, the former president endorsed Governor Abbott's approach. It involves surging state troopers to the region, declaring disaster in more than 24 counties, and building more wall.
Let's build it right and do it right.
Law enforcement leaders in the state say border crossings are at an all-time high.
You can't have public safety unless you have border security.
Just the Texas Department of Public Safety alone has apprehended more fentanyl to kill every man, woman, and child in the entire state of Texas. This is deadly, it's dangerous.
While calls strengthen amongst Republicans to finish construction of this border wall nearly 300 miles north at the Texas Capitol, Democrats say this is all just a photo op.
The governor, who has called us back for a special session and not told us what we're coming back for, is going to the border with a disgraced ex-president to highlight the fact that, for me, we continue to spend our state resources on a make-believe crisis.
The governor's office says a bulk of the costs associated with this visit were paid for by Abbott's campaign dollars, not Texas taxpayer dollars, which reinforce what felt like a campaign rally. His office did not immediately have details on the financial breakdown. Reporting in Weslaco, I'm Wes Rappaport. Back to you.
All right, Wes, thank you. That photo op part isn't wrong. Lots of Republicans, including the former president and the governor, Mr. White, and even Lubbock Congressman Jody Arrington were in Weslaco for this, to see and be seen, working for folks in that part of the state. Those voters will be important for them in elections next year and beyond, something we've talked about, and we'll talk about again with political columnist and friend Jay Leeson. Here's part 2 of our interview for 5 good minutes.
They're going to spend a lot of time in South Texas, again, to offset those big 3 counties and the suburbs involved in them, in the urban centers. If they can bleed out West Texas with votes, which I'm not sure they can. If you look at primary voting over the last decade in the Republican Party, it's dropped significantly. People just are out on the primary. Now, they'll go to the general, but they're out on the primary. I think that it's all, West Texans smell BS a mile away. And it's all bravado. It's nothing about public schools, nothing about rural hospitals, nothing about the engines that make our economies go. Lubbock just came on to ERCOT. We literally, these representatives, dadgummit, these representatives spent more time literally in parliamentary minutes on the House and the Senate floor talking about transgender wrestlers than they did the power grid.
The governor's kind of found his political opening with a lot of Republicans with the border wall issue now. Does this help people forget that they were mad at him for the COVID response and mad at him a little bit for the ERCOT response?
Do you, whenever you ask about responses in Greg Abbott, the governor's going to go where the polls take him. And you said appealing to Republicans. Which Republicans? In the state?
More hard right. Well, I mean, it could be. He's playing a little bit to them and to maybe somebody out of state who might be watching.
Not somebody, everybody. Yeah. He's in the driver's seat on the wall now. It's his deal. And he's got a great argument. A state has to have boundaries, and they have to be enforced. And that's just common sense. But he's running against DeSantis, the governor of Florida. They're quietly running for president against one another. And you got DeSantis talking about socialism and communism and all the Cubans coming in and what great Americans they are. And everybody's getting America, you know, Hulk Hogan waving the American flag. and then you've got Abbott saying, what can I do? What can I do? Oh, the wall, the wall. So just appealing to a national audience. But I think the governor was very weak in this session. He's never on the floor.
Well, I mean, we've said that several sessions with him.
That's just kind of been the tone of his tenure so far.
A couple of other 2022 races that I'm kind of excited about. One is the Texas Ag Secretary situation. We know Sid Miller. But Representative James White seems to be on his way now to running for this. Boy, that's interesting on a ton of levels.
Yeah, he brought that up on Chad Hasty's show this week. Yeah.
Sure did. What do you think about James? I know you talked to him a lot.
Yeah, I mean, we could call James and put him on speakerphone right now. I'm sure he'd be glad to talk.
He'd be loud enough, I think, to everyone to hear.
And he's got such a great Texas drawl, too.
Oh.
Yeah.
That debate with those two would be the greatest thing ever.
Let's get down to brass tacks. You're not going to find a white candidate who is as Texan as Sid Miller, because he plays on that whole boss hog.
Right.
You know, what was that big chicken on Looney Tunes?
Foghorn Leghorn.
Yeah, Foghorn. Yeah.
Sounding the guy.
Spitting the stuff.
Right.
And then you change the script. And here's an African American who's got a Texas drawl, who knows Texas, has served Texas.
Knows rural Texas all.
And is widely regarded in the House.
Yeah.
I don't know about the Senate. Whatever Dan Patrick thinks about him is what the Senate's going to think about him. But it's clearly organized. And the House is clearly behind him running and tweeting about it.
Oh, look on Twitter. You'll see him. A lot of people, including Dustin Burrows.
And I don't mean to bring up a race card.
No.
I'm talking just like with the abortion thing. I'm not looking at the morality of it. I'm not getting caught up in the weeds. I want to know the politics of it. And in the political analysis, you just change the script altogether on Sid Miller. You put forward this guy who's got a perfectly clean record, who can talk to anybody, and James White and I could talk for hours.
Yeah.
I mean, people are going to love him.
I wish we could talk for hours. You got to come back soon.
Yeah. Well, you got to check out Jay Leeson Media on Facebook.
Easy way to say hello.
We cover the things that may get missed. Not often by you.
Hopefully not on this show, too.
Not by you.
Jay Leeson, everybody. Talk to you soon.
Lubbock's Anchorman.
Talk to you soon.